Hi, so Memorial Day weekend 2024, we are doing something a little bit different. We're camping on a farm.
And you know, it's been great.
It really has.
There's a little bit of something for everybody. Clara has been in love with the farm. I think we could leave her here with Clara for the rest of the summer and she would just take care of the animals.
Thank you very much to Chris and Claire at Outside Inn. We had an opportunity to come over here and check out their farm. Put together a video for you. It's a new park. It is very unique, so stick around and I hope you enjoy all about this video. So I've seen Outside Inn Campground in a couple different Facebook groups this spring. I reached out to them, I don't know, a couple months ago and said, hey, would you like us to come down and visit and put a video together? And they came back and said, yep, let's do that. So our calendar this spring was pretty busy because of Sam Henry's soccer, and Clara and Sam Henry both were doing track. So our first weekend we were able to come do this was Memorial Day.
And if we didn't come Memorial Day, we said, oh, we hate to say, we want a Memorial Day spot since that's like prime camping weekend. But if we didn't do that, it'd be mid to late August when we got back, looking at our big summer trip. And
they had a spot available, so they said, come on, let's do it. And I'm very thankful that we did. This is a really unique place.
And it's close to a ton of stuff. I mean, there's people that have come up from Charleston, and it's not, I mean, it's obviously it's very near Santee, Waibu area.
Yeah, you got
Sumter, Columbia.
Yep, I-26 just to the west of us, I-95. They're right in the little kind of the
bottom of that V.
The bottom of the V there. So it's very convenient to a lot of places in South Carolina. Talking with Chris and Claire, they've been campers for years. I think they actually full-time for a while. And they envisioned trying to build a campground. And they looked all over for land in order to build a campground. They actually thought they had some lined up in Tennessee. That didn't work out. They found this place, and she said that when they pulled onto the property, they said they could see what it was going to be. So they decided to jump on it. It's about 20 sites here, kind of up in the corner of the open area of the farm. And then there's a whole lot of wooded area back behind. And
eventually we'll grow into like tent sites and primitive sites and things. They've got a big vision for what it's going to be, but even right now, kind of in the early stages, it is fantastic. The atmosphere, the community spirit, the letting the kids go and help with the chickens and the donkey and the guineas and the pig and the pigs and the goats. There's a lot of goats.
Yeah. So it's basically a circle with some sites in the middle. Those are the pull-through sites. A couple of those are buddy sites, so when you're making the reservation, pay attention if you get in one of those middle sites, because you might end up kind of sharing a community space with people next to you. She said that it says that on the reservation system, that they're kind of buddy or communal sites, so just pay attention to that. They're in the process of putting together a bathhouse. The building is here. They're finishing it out. Inside there's going to be 2 toilet sink areas, 2 separate shower areas, also with their own toilet sink, and then a laundry room on the other side. That's going to be really nice.
But are all of them for a hookup?
All of them are full hookups except for one. There's one site, I believe it's site 8. They usually don't take reservations for it because it's not full hookup, and it has to do with the proximity to the septic tank. So one of the things that they were telling us is they really wanted to try and keep this as natural as possible, to take as few trees out as they could.
And they really have done a good job. I mean, there's a good bit of shade. And
yeah, we'll take a pause here. You can walk around and see our site 10, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit more about some of the amenities. All right, we'll take a look at campsite number 10 here at Outside Inn. Look over here, you can see the neighbors on this side. We have full hookups, 30 amp, 50 amp. Come around over here. You see our community space. There's Sam Henry with his paper airplanes. Plenty of space here for the Blackstone. this, I believe, is Camp Host next to us. Back up to the woods. Come around back here. It is Memorial Day weekend. It is hot. Summer is officially here. So we got fans going everywhere. Come back and see brand new post. 50 amp, 30 amp, 20 amp, 120. You see we're kind of in the back of this loop. And the community space is out there in front of us. All in all, a nice spot. They also have, for those that are interested in camping but don't have a camper, they've got a couple of old campers that they have redone that they rent out here.
Like permanent sites.
Right, and they also have a connection with some other local folks that you can rent their campers if that's something that you're interested in. So I thought that was kind of a nice little added
Well,
bonus.
it gives people who aren't campers kind of that first taste.
Right.
So if you've ever been thinking about doing it, we hear people all the time, they're like, I wish we could do what you're doing, but we don't have a camper, we don't know where to put it, and we don't have, like, well, there's a lot of options like that, and this is a great example of, come, bring your stuff, bring your sleeping bag, and have the same experience.
Yeah, basically bring your clothes and your food, and that's all you need. Talking about the animals here, they have several cows, including a Highland, Scottish Highland, I think.
He's a furry cow.
Yeah, the furry cow. Very friendly, likes to get his hair brushed.
He likes to become, when Clara can walk to the fence with that comb now after 2 days, and he is like, hey, I like her. She'll comb me.
I mentioned about the chickens. So because of the chickens, they have fresh eggs. They have so many eggs, they just came up and just gave us some when we first arrived. That was a really nice touch. Absolutely fantastic eggs.
Well, and they have this little, it looks like a little library, but it's the egg chute, and so they put eggs in it until it's full, and you can, go help yourself to an egg or two. And
absolutely. And there are also some duck eggs. There's a turkey.
There's turkey eggs.
There's a turkey egg. Then, as we mentioned, the goats, the donkey, a couple pigs. They feed them at 9:30 every morning. So
you are welcome to help.
Anybody that would like to come along can come help feed them. It's just kind of a fun little activity. Then they've got a community garden area. Right now, she said the radishes are ready. They got I saw some cucumbers, some squash.
I saw squash.
Some beans. So that was kind of a nice thing. And then there's cornhole. Last night we watched a movie. They set up a big movie screen. They had a bonfire with all kinds of s'mores stuff.
All kinds of s'more options.
Yeah, it was. They're really trying to think about the community here.
That they are hands-on with the farm,
Yes.
The kids aren't, or the adults aren't, interested in helping. I mean, it doesn't matter. She has to be out there taking care of the animals and cutting the water on and doing different things with them. And they're very willing to explain anything, to answer any questions. They have, all the goats have names, and she was telling her all the different things. She's let Clara go in with the baby or younger chicks and help tend to them. And Clara spent half of yesterday, I think, just standing over by the goat and chicken area and just watching them and talking to them. And one of the goats kind of got into where the smaller chickens were, and she ran over and found Clara. Was like, the goat's gotten in, and Clara let her go back in and look for eggs and helped her explain stuff to her, why this water's this way and why the pigs do that, and got into where the turkey was and got eggs from her. And it's such a neat environment of just, there's not any dumb questions, and if you've ever done it, great. If you've never done it, that's okay too. It's a very great environment, very family friendly environment. Last night we had, he said we had bonfire and s'mores, but like people were in and out. She had brought hot dogs over, there was that, but then we were watching the movie, some of the kids were running around, we were playing with the football, we were playing with the frisbee. It was just a really neat, like, all the campers in one spot, and I love that. I think that's one of the great things about camping is you have at least that in common. And so we were able to talk about where there were full-timers There were people who were just weekenders like us. There people who, combination.
Yep.
And, that's one of the best things about camping is you have something in common immediately. The kids paired off with somebody that was about their size, and
yeah, it was really good. For future plans, some of the things that they're going to be doing here, I mentioned already working on the bathhouse, and they're going to add some tent sites that are going to be back up in the woods. They've already got several trails through the woods, so they're going to continue to develop those, add in the tent sites. They're in the process of digging a pond. It's going to be about a 5-acre pond, but because of the size of it, it's going to take a while. They're hoping by next year. They're actually going to be doing some work on the interstate. So somebody with the construction company, the interstate's already come out and kind of looked at their property and their soil to see if it's what they're looking for. So that may speed up the process if they wind up
somebody
selling.
wants to buy their dirt.
Yes, that's another thing I think is talking with them. They're trying to do this as they go, where they're not having to pony up a lot of money all the time.
Well, they're not going into debt, but they're also trying to do it very sustainably and responsibly. So, like, they're not just dumping their dirt somewhere. They're trying to sell their dirt so that it goes somewhere that it's useful, and they're, taking care of their animals in ways that are useful. They,
yeah, she was mentioning that the cows, they've partnered with a farm down in Charleston to kind of work with breeding and how they can try and have a sustainable herd of cattle, which I thought was kind of a neat little thing.
So it's a neat place. It's unique and it's special.
Yes. So I highly recommend if you got a weekend you want to come check out, do something different and unique, come check out Outside Inn.
And I will tell you, the questions, I got one that was, Claire was super into the animals, Tim Henry super into the outdoor out stuff, and both of them have said, when can we come back? When are we coming back? Do we have this on our books to come back? I'm like, we don't come back often to places, but with it being an hour from home.
Yeah, I think this one will be back, especially as they kind of add more stuff. We'll come and highlight all the different things they're doing here at Outside Inn. So, thank you for watching. Hope you come enjoy. Caught me by surprise.
Big on the move. Here comes the other one. The girls put themselves back in. When they're done, they're like, let's go.